It's week 3 of the NFL, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises.
The address is 1265 Lombardi Avenue. The place is known as Titletown. Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson up here in the booth. Greg, we've looked at this matchup, talked about the offenses, the defenses. Feels like a tight one, and usually what does that mean? Special teams could be a big factor in who gets out of here with the W.
Each week when we come into these games, Mike, we probably do a disservice to just the importance of how much special teams plays a factor in deciding the outcome of these games. And you're exactly right. When teams find themselves very similar on offense, very similar on defense, all the metrics, all the stats, can you find an advantage, even the slightest one, in the kicking game, the return game, generate a turnover or a big kick return? Sometimes that little slight advantage is all you need to tip the scales in your favor.
The Green Bay offense set to Jordan Love.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think two things were at play. Number one, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did aggression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws, so they know the result.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. On play action, look, oh no, right at the start, he loses the football. And the defense has it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
He is in. Touchdown, Steelers. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Packers nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return is Dylan Laube. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Packers offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They trail here by a touch. Here's Love. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's a run going left. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Now and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
His kick is good. Makes the score Steelers 14, Packers nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Laube now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Packers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
A 2nd down throw for Love. Catch is made by Romeo Dobbs. A gain there of 16 yards. 1st down, Packers.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Really nice job by this running back here, Mike. I don't think this play was blocked particularly well. I think it was a combination of his patience and then his speed around the left side to not only pick up the 1st down, but pick up good yardage while he was at it.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of the Steelers has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Whoa. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. Javon Bullard there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll be 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Finally, this defense has been searching for a big play after giving up 2 touchdowns on the previous 2 drives. They're going to need more of that. They have to find more impactful plays that end drives and get the ball back to their offense.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10.
Ready up. Let's go now.
From the gun, it's Love. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Open man, and that's Tillman. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw is Love. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and that'll set up 4th down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here's Austin to return. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Touchdown, Steelers. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. You talk about a quarterback getting things done with his legs. Everything covered downfield, but they couldn't cover him as he went down the field for a touchdown.
Mike, sometimes as a defensive coordinator, you just can't prepare for everything. In this case, you have the play defended perfectly. Passing lanes are all taken away. Everyone in coverage is where they're supposed to be. So what does the quarterback do? He tucks the ball away, and he takes it the distance for 6.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Go! Rocco switch.
To throw is Love. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Back to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That escapability on display, as you can see, the rushing total now over 100 yards from the quarterback position. Now, faking the give, he'll take off again.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Let's go now.
Here's a first carry for their running back. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we are through one on Sunday Night Football. 24-0 is our score. And we're back. at Lambeau Field in just a moment.
Okay, ready?
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. Now he takes off.
Good awareness there on 3rd down. He's thinking there's nothing there, tuck it, and head for the sticks. He's able to get the 1st down himself, avoid any big contact, and the biggest thing is he keeps the drive alive.
Now a give on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8.
Here we go, set.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this 1st down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the 1st down marker, sets up 4th down. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. This returnable from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Packers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all. As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the 1st half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions.
That is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
Intercepted by Joey Porter Jr. His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Let's go.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Shotgun draw, trying to catch him off guard here, Mike, but the defense was having none of it. Thought it took a little too long to develop. Gave that defense enough time to get back there. Stop him for no gain.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Now he'll run it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the scramble. 38 yards.
This defense is going to have to come up with some answers at halftime because they cannot allow this quarterback to just continue to have his way with them on the ground using his legs. And that's exactly what's happened so far here in the first half, and they're going to have to get that fixed and fixed quickly.
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So that's his second touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
70 Lions. Let's go now.
Love to throw. The right side, catch made by Dobbs. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it to the right here with Jacobs. He's going to have a Packers first down. The tackle's made at about the 38-yard line. Throwing is Love. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. But he'll gather it back in. Well, the pressure was on there, and they do get him for the sack. Almost got a turnover out of it as well, Greg. Fortunate to keep possession.
Really fortunate, Mike. That ball ended up kind of bouncing back into a spot where the quarterback was able to fall on it, but you mentioned it. That play was very close to being a complete disaster for the offense.
Here we go, shot.
From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Love. He's going to go deep. Looking for Reed. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen on now, as he is on to punt for Green Bay. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Steelers' offense and their running back set to go once more. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes it around and handing it to that guy.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to tuck it and go. Wow. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's first and goal. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. A gain of 48.
That's about as electric as it gets for the quarterback position. There's just, frankly, not a lot of guys in the league that are capable of making such a play. You could see when he turned into a runner, there was an extra gear in there, and when he was all said and done, he sets up first and goal.
Here's a run. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes second and goal.
Let's go. Go.
They'll go with him again. He's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
The idea here on second down is in the event you're unable to score, at least put yourself in a third and manageable goal-to-go situation. But now after taking a loss, it really changes their approach here, and I think on third and goal now, they got to put this ball in the air.
He runs, and he will score again. Touchdown, Steelers. 3 touchdowns for him, numbers 6, 7, and 8 on the season. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Steelers stretch things out even further.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Love out quickly to Dobbs. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. Here's Love to throw. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. Here's a third down and 4.
Let's go now. Hey, check that.
Now Love. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Here's first and 10. To throw is Love. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. One of the Steelers has it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Steelers' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's first and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one complete to Washington. And he will score. Darnell Washington. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and end result is still a touchdown.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's Love. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
That's on the former 2nd-round pick, Elton Jenkins. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6, out to the 26-yard line.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
Here's the punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And the Packers have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Love to throw it on 1st down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Ready up. Go.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi with the tackle for the defense. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever.
Reload. Check.
Here's Love. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Isaiah Pacheco, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. We'll stay in the NFC East as we head down to the great state of Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Dak Prescott leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. And one final game to highlight. It's Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. And he did not want to go down. Good running. Manages to gain 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he will pick up a first down up to the 37-yard line.
He was brought down by Javon Bullard. It's a gain of 6. First down, Pittsburgh.
Got it. Ready? Ready?
He'll look to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On the jump. Let's go now. Get up.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Jair Alexander is there to bat that one away. 3rd and long. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7.
Here we go. Sack.
And that ball incomplete over the middle.
We see this time and time again in the NFL, Mike. You want to play quarterback at this level, you better figure out a way to be able to bounce back following a bad throw, a bad series, a bad game. And in this case, he's got to bounce back from a pick on the last drive, and he's got to find himself some easy completions and settle himself back into this one.
A big play there on the scramble. And even 30 yards.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll run again. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Laube now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Check, Panther. Alert, alert.
He'll get this out wide. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Let's go. Go.
On play action, Love. That complete to Jacobs.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their... They'll start out 1st down and 10. This drive will start on the ground, and nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
That's caught. It's Roman Wilson.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And that's going to be enough for a first down, taking this to the 34.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
Here's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. He'll try to run for it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
And he's going to have the first down yardage. The stop made at the 31, but a new set of downs. First down picked up.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. .21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down.
Let's go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short gain.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Steelers add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do. Greg, you always talk about it. Take care of the ball. And in this one, this team just has not.
Yeah, and you're just not going to win in the NFL if you're going to lose the turnover battle at this rate. And it's not just one guy. There's multiple guys who have their hand in this, and if they don't get it cleaned up and they don't continue to prioritize protecting the ball, we're going to see more bad performances out of them here in the future.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. From the gun, it's Love. To the left side in the hands of Watson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Joey Porter Jr. got a hand in there and made the play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Love. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And they are really playing well here to start September, aren't they? On their way to 3-0 as they look to finish this one off. They'll turn and hand this one off. The defense stringing them out. No gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Now, faking the give. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. Third down coming up. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This just kills you as a defensive coordinator. Here you are thinking you're going to get a 3-and-out, get off the field, pick up some momentum for your team, and you allow the quarterback to get loose with his legs, and he's able to pick up just enough on 3rd down to convert, and now you got to go back out and defend a fresh set of downs.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And they're going to mark them down up past the 35.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards. Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle. Just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. And the big night continues. That last run gives him yardage to put him over 100 for the game. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. That's Washington, the man in motion. They'll stick with him again. They've converted 2 3rd downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. He keeps it himself. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the 1st down.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. So, not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Now they'll run. It's a counter. Marked down at the 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game. He draws ever near to the NFL record of 6. On for the extra point is Boswell. He gets it to go, and the Steelers will add one more onto their big lead.
Packers nothing. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down.
Come on, set.
And incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know. Has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They are looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on, as they're going to start this drive 1st and 10.
Okay, ready?
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. Good night from Lambeau Field.